What's up, everyone? I'm Khan here with Terror, and this is the Death Threats Gaming MLUT preview.
That's right. Today we're going to be going over the upcoming MLUT season, which started tonight. We'll be talking with Jimmy, the head admin of the league, and we also have Marcos on to give us his thoughts on his team.
So stick around as we go over everything you need to know for this season. MLUT, or the Major League Unreal Tournament Group, is running a Capture the Flag season, and the first matches just took place this past Sunday.
Yep, our draft took place 2 weeks ago. The teams have been practicing and ready to go, and tonight we kicked off another MLUT season.
Well, to start off, we're going to get an overview of exactly what this draft league is all about, and there's nobody better than the head admin of the event, Jimmy, who's with us right now.
What's up, guys?
Why don't you tell us what your role is with MLUT?
This season, I am doing the head admin, along with other admins that have admined the MLUT in the past, trying to keep things organized and on schedule.
Okay, so for those who are uninitiated, what exactly is a draft league? Like, how does this whole system work?
Similar to fantasy football, every player has a salary value associated with them. That salary value is assigned by the admins and then averaged out to get an approximate skill level or a $0 to $1,000 salary. You go ahead and draft based on that.
And what exactly is unique to the system as far as drafting strategies and things like that with the salary cap and whatnot?
When you're picking players in, it's not necessarily always about choosing the best overall players. Sometimes you want to look at value and evaluate underrated players, correct?
Exactly. You want to look for those deep sleepers or someone that was just misevaluated. You want to look for that steal. So you might be able to pick a $700 player that was actually should be an $850 to $900 player. You also want to keep in mind the positions that you're drafting for. If you draft all defense, you have no one to run the flag when you face those teams that are more well-balanced.
Why don't you give us a little bit of history of the MLUT system and the UT2k4 draft leagues?
This is the third CTF season. We just had one, and it was successful. The one before this was a few years ago, and we've just been kind of hugging and trying to keep the community alive. Now we've got quite a few players playing again and feeling pretty good.
Why UT 2004 anyway?
Good question. UT2k4 is like Quake Live 1v1. That's something that's not going away. It's just the perfect 1v1 platform. The CTF in UT 2004, it's got that same spirit. A bunch of diehard players that have been playing for a better part of a decade continue to play and keep it alive, and it runs on everyone's machines. It's got great tools, speccing and favorites and friends lists and all that good stuff. It just works, and it comes from the days when there was LAN and this type of competition was on the mind of developers.
Yeah, to that point, I really think it comes down to tools, scalability, and activity. And this is a game right now that kind of hits that medium between all three of those. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic that you can have entire game that's 20 minutes and just be a few megs and saved on your computer, and you can bring it back up and watch it anytime.
Definitely. The tools that we have out there as far as mapping, a lot of this season we're seeing a lot of new maps coming up that we haven't seen in 8 years. Brand new maps just for this season. Jimmy, before we let you sign off for the evening, why don't you tell everybody where we can find more information related to the MLUT and this draft tournament?
Yeah, sure. Information for this tournament and our entire community can be found out at www.prounreal.org. But if you just go to /MLUT, you can get to all the existing tournaments that are going on right now. The one that you're concerned with is MLCTF 2K4 Season 3.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for all your information. We look forward to casting many more great nights of CTF action, and we hope to have you on and talk to you again sometime before the end of the season.
That'd be fantastic.
Thanks, Jimmy. So now we're going to bring on Marcos, one of the MLUT captains here, to give us a preview of his team going into this season.
Hey guys, tell Marcos to bring some toilet paper. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Marcos, how did you come up with your team name and model choice of Malcolm?
The original team name was a little explicit, so we switched it up. It's now one team, one fight. Most people know I'm in the Air Force, and it's kind of a saying we use in the Air Force, so I think it plays well to a team-based ideal thing. The model, honestly, I was just looking through them, and I was like, okay, what seems like a cool person? So I picked Malcolm.
Pretty dramatic team name story. I think it's got a lot more backstory than most others. All right, so getting into the team itself, you've already made a roster change here. You dropped Sonic and picked up Zax from the free agent pool. What was the motivation behind that?
Yeah, when we did the original draft, I thought the Sonic was the actual Euro Sonic, the guy that I actually talked to and know. This other guy, I guess, is a 99 pro, but I never talked to him, so I don't know him, so I dropped him. And I picked up Zax because I know Zax, and I know a couple guys on my team, especially like Tara and them, know Zax pretty well, so I figured we could get some meshing together with that, just trying to get more active and more fun guys to play.
So what would you say is your starting lineup right now, and what strengths do you anticipate having?
The starting lineup right now, I think, is me, Blimpo, Perfection, Terror, and Coolspot. Our strength is definitely offense. This is a very offensive-based team, but luckily myself and Blimpo are kind of interchangeable. I feel like most standoffs are half luck, half skill, so if we can get a lucky return or something like that, then we're going to score. And if people have watched us three play together, we're going to score regardless. So I try to let my defense do what they're going to do. Our weak spot is definitely defense, but I think we'll be okay.
Going into that, I'm going to ask you what maps you think your strengths would be, but if you're talking about frag-heavy offense like that, does that mean you're looking at maps like, say, Maul, for instance, that would fit your team really well?
Maul is one of them. I feel like our offense would do good at even the defensive-based maps, like the Sola or Bulwark. Some of a lot of power-ups. Myself and Coolspot can time power-ups pretty well. On those maps like that, if you can get the main power-up controls and you can override the defense like that, it helps out our weak defense because of the big flag rooms. But Maul, I think, will be okay on too. Maybe we run into a problem when we're running Zyos' team because, I don't know, he's always good at freaking Maul, and so we might run into an issue with that. But I think the bigger maps we might do well on.
Okay, so taking us back to draft night, were there any picks you anticipated being available to you that weren't, and how did you react to that?
Yeah, there was a couple picks that went ahead of me. Phoenix stole Kuski, I think I was trying to get, and Fro. I was pretty safe with my high-end picks. I picked Blimpo first, and then going into it, I really wanted to get Terror and Coolspot just because we have good chemistry together. They're on the mid-range, so I felt like I was taking a hit there, but I trust the guys will be able to pull through. I really rely on some of my end picks there because some people get underrated and overrated. So a lot of people focus on those high-end picks, those $900 and $800 players, but I think the main guys that bring it all together in the end are the low-end picks. I passed up Jimmy in the beginning because I really wanted to switch it up. I had Jimmy last season. I picked up Blimpo first. So, I mean, there's some definite changes, but I'm happy with them. And I think our team is going to mesh a lot better than my team last season.
Okay, so then going into that with your roster that you picked, would you say that the season is sort of dictated by draft night, or do you think you can really pull a team together after the draft plays out?
That's a great question. I think about it myself sometimes because a lot of people pick players based on how they play in pugs. A lot of people don't know about chemistry and stuff like that. Going into this draft, I was hoping for chemistry. I'm hoping it will still come. We still got a lot of work to do. But I definitely think that draft night doesn't set the tone at all.
In the overall draft, who do you think was the biggest steal of the entire draft?
I think the biggest steal was probably Esco. The guy is an amazing player. His CTF knowledge is really well. His fragging's lagged off a little bit compared to when he used to be in Notorious and stuff. But Zyos picked him up late, I think, in the second or third round. They had him ranked pretty high, but he kept dropping because of his activity. If you can get Esco in regular basis showing up to scrims and meshing with the offense like that, the guy is top-notch, a $900 player easily. So I think Esco is probably the steal of the draft, being a late pick like that.
Yeah, Esco was my running partner for a long time, so I can certainly speak to his instincts and his knowledge coming in, cold, warm, or whatever. He's always going to be effective. All right, Marcos, well, thanks for taking the time with us. Good luck getting Coolspot off the can long enough to play this season.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
I'll be fine. I have a wireless mouse.
All right, that just about wraps things up here. Tara, when can people find these matches?
The matches are going to be held every Sunday for the next 6 weeks. We have the regular season going, and then we have the playoffs. The matches start at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and the final match takes place from 9 to 10 p.m.
And we're going to have live casts of all these matches. You can also watch out for our other coverage on www.deaththreats.com, so keep an eye out.
This is Terror.
And this is Khan.
For Death Threats Gaming, and we will see you later.
Later, guys!
All right, we're done.
All right, wait. You guys need like a thing, though. You can't just say that. That's too generic, yo. For real, you need a thing to say at the end of the thing, at the end of the shoutcast.
Yeah, thing for the thing.
I'm serious, yo. You need like something like that you're
keep
gonna
it
always
realsies.
Yeah, and keep
I
it fun.
I can't do a thing because I parked my car at Harvard Yard.
Yeah.
That .com. That's
Hold on. We had someone playing the spoons back there.
Nice.
Well, I read your script. You want me to just read that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go through those.
Okay, I better write down my part. There's no way I'm gonna fucking remember.
Can you handle that?
Oh, I don't know, man. Alright, you want me to go yell that right now?
Yeah, just yell it a couple times.
Alright.
Death
I
threat
hope I
scheming.
piss my neighbor off.
Go for it.
Alright, going in my bathroom.
Go to
All
the
right,
bathroom and scream. If there's any girls there, I want to do them.
No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. I can't magic missile into the darkness. I just got a text from upstairs neighbor. She goes, "What the fuck is with the rest?"
Someone's gonna knock on your door with a roll of toilet paper.
Good. Yeah, I know.
That sounded a little angry though. Like it was a bit metal.
Alright.
Fun.
Not as angry.
No,
Give me one. Not
he
as
sounded
angry.
like he was mid shit though. Like it was good.
See, this is why I'm here.
All right, cuz you can stop.
No, cuz
Push the button.
You'll have to.
I don't want to stop.